Hello. Hello and welcome everyone to the ENAiBLE Summer Innovation Program student presentations. I'm really excited to welcome you here today to see what the students have been working on over the course of the summer. So sorry for the slight delay. We had to get a lot of people online and get everybody ready. So thank you for your patience with us. I'm going to go ahead and jump in then. So welcome to the future of retail and service. These are presentations from our students who participated in the inaugural ENAiBLE Summer Innovation Program. My name is Raylan Musaraka, and I'm an assistant teaching professor in the Human-Computer Interaction Institute here at Carnegie Mellon, and I'm one of the faculty leads of ENAiBLE. ENAiBLE is a retail and services collaborative, which is a joint initiative with CMU's School of Computer Science, the Tepper School of Business, and the College of Fine Arts. For the benefit of those who are new, ENAiBLE is a unique forum aimed at the retail and service industries for meeting the needs of their customers through advances in both design and technology. Our explicit mission is to create more humane, efficient, and positive retail and service experiences by creating a community of conversation across industries and CMU departments. There's a lot more information on our website. If you go to cmu.edu/enable, ENAiBLE. And I definitely want to say thank you to to one of our sponsors, the Home Depot. This summer innovation program would not have been possible without the support from the Home Depot. So a big thank you there. Okay, so a few logistics before we jump into presentations. As you have heard when you came in, this event is on and being recorded, so you are being recorded now. We encourage you to ask questions, and we have time at the end dedicated to Q&A. When you ask questions, you can do so using the Q&A function in Zoom at the bottom of your screen. So as we go through the presentations, the students have been given a 10-minute limit. And if they don't use that all up presenting, we may take a question or two at the end of that 10 minutes, but we also have a nice 10 or 15 minutes at the end of the presentations that you can ask any team a question. We'll open it up then for any team as well. Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about the prompt and what the students worked on this summer. First, as I said earlier, this is an inaugural program, or the first year of the program. And we started this program to give students an opportunity to learn more about retail and service industries and explore the tech problem in those spaces. The program allowed our sponsors and partners to interact directly with students through a weekly series of talks and one-on-one mentoring. This was a 10-week program that had a human-centered design and research component, and students tackled this broad prompt, and what you're going to see is through their research and design techniques, they each narrowed into a very different focus within the broader space. But the broad prompt was, retail and service industry companies are under increased pressure to deliver more personalized, convenient, and value-priced products and services to consumers while ensuring positive impacts on global challenges such as sustainability, data privacy and security, and social and economic equity. How might these companies continue to deliver high-quality consumer experiences while also safeguarding people and the planet? It was a big challenge, and it was a big, broad challenge. So the students dove into this challenge by conducting background research, doing consumer interviews. They did some ideation generation and prototyping activities to develop specific future-thinking solutions within the boundaries of this broader project prompt, and it resulted in each team presenting very different proposed future experiences. So you're going to get to see each of those today. Before we get started, I really want to thank the people who helped make this program a success this summer. We had speakers almost every week of the program from a wide variety of companies, as you can see here. And then we also had team mentors. Some speakers, team mentors overlapped. Those people gave a lot of their time this summer for the program. I'm so grateful for that. The team mentors met with teams just through a couple week ideation and iteration period for 2 or 3 weeks, so it wasn't a whole summer commitment, and met with the teams one-on-one to see where their progress was and to give them advice. And I know from the students, both the combination of hearing from people and then having the team mentorship was such a great opportunity for them to get to know people who work in technology, in consumer-based, in retail and service-based businesses, as well as to understand what future career opportunities for them may look like. So this was a great opportunity to get involved with the students and be engaged with the students, and it gave the students such valuable exposure to retail and service industry careers. So with that, that's all about the program. With that, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to Team 1 to present. So Team 1 is Ratika, Gia, Amelia, and Ashita, and I think they will introduce themselves when they jump into the program. Team 1, now that I can no longer see Slack, which one of you should I hand control over to?
That would be me, Raylan.
Okay. All right, Ashita, you should be able to control the screen now and move forward and to your presentation.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope that everyone's having a great Tuesday. Sorry, I did not mean to skip that many slides. Okay, anyways, my name is Ashita. As you can see on the screen there, I'm studying business in HCI. This is my lovely team. We're all very excited to present to you today what we believe is the future of grocery shopping and the part that we believe that AI plays in it. So throughout our research, we discovered that there is an information gap between online and in-person shopping. Sorry, Raylan, I think it's skipping 2 slides every time I click. I'm not sure why. All right, sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. Yeah, so like I was saying, through our research, we discovered that there's an information gap between online and in-person shopping. When you're online shopping, there's a lot of information in your face all at once. You've got sales, deals, meal ideas. But when you're in-person shopping, you are the one person making this decision all by yourself, and there's not as much information. So what we decided to focus on in our research and eventually our ideation is discovering how we might be able to personalize this in-person grocery store shopping experience and help customers make more information-backed decisions. So our process started, like Raylan mentioned, with secondary research and some interviews and analysis. We looked into statistics related to grocery shopping. We looked into what factors are important to people when they're making decisions both in-store and online. We interviewed shoppers. We then analyzed those interviews, affinity diagrammed for high-level insights, and we looked into more of our target market, figuring out exactly who we wanted to help and support when we were ideating in the grocery store shopping experience. And this meant a lot of, speed ideation activities, crazy eights, storyboarding. We also met with some of our lovely mentors so they could give us advice on exactly what we wanted to do. And the solution we finally decided on is actually 2 parts. So one there's a physical aspect to our solution and also a more technology and app-based aspect to our solution. So this is why I'm happy to introduce to you guys Grocer Greg, which is a personal AI assistant, which will live in the store mode of your regular grocery shopping app and ideally be propped onto your grocery store shopping cart for easy use. So the physical aspect of this comes from the fact that we realize that a lot of apps for like typical grocery stores like Giant Eagle or Aldi actually contain a lot of information that could be useful to people while they're shopping, but they're not actively taking their phone out of their pocket and nobody wants to carry it around the entire time they're shopping. So we believe that the physical aspect of being able to hold your phone on your shopping cart and have it in front of you, but not in your hand the entire time, will help people ease into this aspect of using their phones in the grocery store and getting more information while they're actually in-person shopping. So now my team will be going into what Grocer Greg will actually consist of on screens and what the AI will look like. I'm going to open up our Figma prototype. All right, Amelia, I'm giving you full control. You got it.
All right, so hello everyone, my name is Gia. So like Ashita mentioned, we wanted to extend the already existing grocery store apps that are there on the market. And part of that is introducing the idea of a store mode. So, once you're in the store, you've propped up your phone and you open the grocery store app, you're going to be prompted kind of based on the fact that you're in the grocery store using your location to enter store mode. And so we can enter store mode right now. When you're a first-time user, there's a couple of questions we're going to ask you just to get to better know your shopping habits. So like, for example, how often do you want to shop for groceries? Who are you shopping for? As well as a section where you can include your different dietary restrictions. So like for now, we have like vegan and high protein, but we really envision a space where like you can put that you're gluten-free, low carb, high carb, as well as like other lifestyle decisions that you've made and stuff like that. So with all this information being compiled, you will meet Grocer Greg. He is our shopping assistant. Using all of your different responses, he's going to be coming up with some shopping tips and stuff like that that'll pop up as you're walking throughout the store based on your location in the store and stuff like that. So we have a couple of examples kind of set up for you guys.
So for first-time users or users looking for more guidance on how to use the app, there's a help button that takes the users through a tutorial and explains how to shop with the app. For items that require weighing, such as produce, the customers can use the weighing stations stationed near the produce aisles that currently are available in a lot of grocery stores already, and they can weigh the item and then print out a corresponding barcode that then they can scan. So we based our current prototype off of current technology available in the market. However, going forward, we envision RFID tags or AI technology that can auto-detect items and their weights to be able to streamline the process and maybe further increase efficiency. So when the customer is ready to scan an item, they can place it in this cart. They click on the scan item button that takes them to this scan page. And customers have to simply place the barcode of the item within the camera frame, which then automatically scans and then places the item in the cart. There are 3 pages available in shop mode. The cart page is a list of items that the customer has already scanned and placed in their cart. The list page is a list of items that the customer plans to purchase during their trip. And finally, there's a search page, which provides a search engine where customers can query any product and find the relevant aisle it is located in and its current availability in their current store.
So once we enter back into the cart, you can see that Grocer Greg just pops up with a notification. In this case, it's a missing item. So say this consumer had gone shopping and they're leaving aisle 3, but eggs were on their list and they hadn't grabbed them. Grocer Greg will then inform them that in order to be more time efficient while they shop, that they should go back and grab them quickly before they move on to the next aisle. They can then, this notification will then disappear when they scan their next item. And then, as you can see, they scanned some brown rice. And if this customer had said that they were calorie conscious and were trying to switch to lower calorie foods, Grocer Greg can then inform them that maybe white rice would be a better option. They can then click for some more information and get an entire chart which breaks down macros and other things, anything that they find important based on their preferences that they filled out in the beginning, and also further analysis from the AI. We can then return to cart and scan our next item. And the final notification that we created was this recipe notification, where if you had put in your cart certain things that maybe grocer Greg thinks go into a good recipe, they can recommend it to you. And if that resonates with you, you can then click on more information and see what else you would need to grab while still in the grocery store. Then you can finally check out, and the AI will then compile into a single barcode that you can scan at checkout. Finally, one other feature we have is in the beginning, we ask the consumer how often they shop, and close to their next shopping day, maybe it's a month or a week later, they can get a push notification reminder to maybe update their list, say if they had any produce that went bad or something they didn't use that they want to take off, or things they want to add. If they really like the recipe, they can then add things to create that recipe again the next week. And this notification will take them straight into their list. So I think at this time, we'll take any questions. Thank you.
I think we were fighting over the cursor so I could unmute myself. Great. Thank you, team one. We actually only have 1 minute. Let me see if we can do the T&A very quick. Tammy says, love the idea of including spatial awareness to make the shopping more efficient. Very cool. Thank you, Tammy. And thank you for your involvement. Okay, we also got, okay. So why don't we go ahead, and if we have any other questions for team one, we can do that during the larger Q&A period at the end as well, since we're at 12:22. I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to team two. Team two is Bennett, Hisan, Dea, Mehan, and Ethan. And Mehan, you're going to be in control, is that correct? All right, so I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay, so hello everyone. We are team two, and I think is it working though?
Yeah, if you go down to the lower right, the lower left corner, you can get some arrows, and they should help you navigate.
Okay. So hello everyone. My name is Mei Han, and we are tackling the problem of understanding consumers' online shopping behaviors for clothing and the retail industry. But I think it's not working properly. Ethan, do you want to take the control though?
Is it possible to transfer the control?
You want me to transfer it to Ethan?
Yeah, we'll see if that works.
Okay, if you're having control with it. Okay. All right, go ahead and try, Ethan.
All right. I think it works now.
We can go to slide 3. So here's our table of content and our research question.
Our research question was, how could retailers improve and create tools to provide personalization while maintaining customer data privacy? Nowadays, online shopping happens frequently, but do people ever notice how they shop online? Customers' online shopping behaviors have been largely influenced by the way retailers present options and tools offered by them, as well as how platforms collect and protect data coming from customers. In this project, we want to explore what customers' general strategies are as they approach their target product using tools, and how modern fast fashion retailers can improve personalization while maintaining data privacy.
As for our research process, so we identified our target customers to be teens and young adults who shop online for clothing. And we also decided to target modern fast fashion companies such as ASOS and Uniqlo. As for our research process, to find direction, we first conducted third-party research and found that people want personalized content, but also user privacy. To conduct a broader exploration, we conducted observational and experiential research and noticed the user's conscious use of navigations and filters to find their desired items. To dive deeper, we conducted contextual interviews, which allowed us to understand how people use retail website tools to shop online and decipher what tools could be added or improved to help their user experience. Oh, sorry, this was the wrong slide. All right, there you go. Sorry about that. And finally, to synthesize our findings, we created personas, jobs to be done, and customer journey maps, which helped us identify what people want, what their goals are, and what steps they take to reach their goals, while also providing a refocus point to ensure our project delivers to our target customers.
Yeah, next slide. So throughout our research, we've uncovered two major themes of user experience and data privacy. First, external research shows a clear trend that consumers crave tailored shopping experiences. However, there's a growing concern about data collection, indicating a need for balance. Our observational and experiential research revealed that users seek efficiency, valuing tools like navigation bars and filters, yet they're cautious about sharing personal data like cookies and credit card details. Through contextual interviews, we identified challenges such as sizing issues due to limited physical interactions and passive recommendation features due to lack of tailored choices. Next slide. For user experience, the aspiration is to visualize sizing information and establish preferences for informed and personalized choices. And at the same time, the users seek ownership of personal data to use personalization features confidently. So this led us to question, how can we enhance personalization features to elevate the shopping experience while ensuring data privacy?
So we go over some potential directions now. And adding on to Heesun, we are mainly trying to solve these problems. How might we empower customers to have control over the personal information? And how might we improve the tools to ensure a natural online shopping experience? And to reiterate on this question more, we were thinking about the standard ways to kind of search online. It's very kind of like you search it and you get your product. We were looking for new ways to kind of like revolutionize this process while keeping these questions in mind. And our ideas included easy and safe data protection tools, a widget closet organized according to styles and features, and leveraging AI to use this to the maximum potential, and a virtual try-on feature for comparison and evaluation. Users are given more control to manage their own shopping experience. So for customers who know their targets and like to use tools, with Virtual Closet and AI-powered experience, they'll be able to shop more efficiently. And for customers who are less sure about what to buy and they have more concerns about kind of online shopping, with the privacy protection and evaluation and style matching, they should be able to find what they look for more efficiently too. So we have a tour of kind of some ideas that we just said through a video.
Using content. Yeah, I think we there's no way for us to share sound right now, but we included a link in the final presentation side. So there's no voiceover, basically just text, but feel free to watch it after the session. So can you go to the next? So I'm going to talk about the value of our solution. So virtual closet, although it's not like a new idea, offer a chance for companies to address issues with data privacy, personalization, and sustainability. From both the companies and the customer sides, it's mutually beneficial for them to provide accurate data of products for better personalization and better service. Consumers will be willing to purchase services and technology that will make their life much easier. And there are some ways for retail companies to make money through a virtual closet platform. In addition to getting more data about the consumers, they can use affiliate commission model or just advertising their products or brand on the platform. In this solution, we want the consumers to actually use the closet they spend time building as a reference for shopping, but not just a replication of a combination of their real world. Also, as with the increase resides technology and data in the retail industry, data privacy and security will continue to be a critical concerns for fast fashion companies. Our solution only provides a potential way to make people feel more comfortable with shopping online while maintaining their data privacy. But as technology evolves, we believe that there are some issues or concerns we currently have will be solved easily in the future. Thank you, everyone. And we are, is there any questions?
I think we have a couple minutes. Let me see. I'm going to take control back so I can pop up my Q&A and see if we have questions. Oh, we just couldn't hear the audio on the video. Sorry about that. Didn't plan through that tech thing. Okay. I think we have several answered. Oh, okay. Cool. Okay. Oh, great. You guys are answering them in the Q&A. That's awesome. All right. Well, let's go ahead to team 3, and then we can have even more Q&A after the fact. So let's go ahead and do that. Team 3, do you have a video?
Yes, we do.
Okay. I'm going to stop sharing briefly, and I'm going to fix this issue because this is the worst UI I've ever had with do you see the presentation, team 3? Can you? No.
It's still like loading.
Yeah, me too.
Okay. Sort of disappeared for me. That's why I'm asking. Oh. There. Do you see it now? Okay. I'm going to turn. Who on the team should I turn control over to?
That would be me.
Okay, John. Okay. There you go.
All right. Let's see.
So yeah, there you go.
Oh, okay. All right. So hello, everyone. We are Team 3, and I'm here to present Champion Shares. This is part of our Sura ENAiBLE program as part of our undergraduate research. So this is our table of contents. So we're going to go through the introduction, and then we're going to present the problem, our process, evidence, the prototype itself, and a conclusion. Introduction. I'm John Ortiz, an HCI major and psychology minor.
I'm Janelle Texan. I'm a rising junior studying HCI with a game design minor.
I'm Rafael Rivera, a rising senior studying HCI major, game design minor, same as her.
And I'm Matthew Shao. I'm a CS major with a minor in business and AI.
Chilo unfortunately couldn't be here today, but he is an IS and viola performance major and music technology minor. The problem itself. So our research focuses on finding ways to reduce toxicity in the Riot Games community. We're trying to do this by making cosmetics more easily accessible to players that have limited access to them. Thus, by doing this, we are trying to uplift the community such that Riot Games is no longer synonymous with toxic communities in their games. So why cosmetic skins? Well, players have found them to be a form of self-expression, status and achievement, support for the game, sense of identity and engagement. Thus, it is an integral part of the gaming community. I'm going to hand it over to Matthew for the process.
Sure. So our journey began with an in-depth exploration of the Riot Games and its player base. Interviews and observations of players provided crucial insights into the community's dynamics and aspirations. By leveraging the power of empathy and journey mapping, we were able to synthesize intelligent models from a comprehensive survey of our target audience. This step allowed us to gain a deeper understanding of players' needs and preferences. We crafted multiple storyboards that captured the essence of players' desired in-game experiences, and our initiative approach led us to identify a final storyboard that resonated most with our community. With invaluable guidance from our mentor, we translated our vision into a prototype, incorporating player feedback to ensure a seamless and engaging user experience. This dynamic process reflects our commitment to enhancing the Riot Games community, drawing on rigorous research and design to create a gaming environment that truly resonates with its players.
Hi, I'm Raphael. I'll be speaking about the results from our user research. In our exploration of the Riot Games community, our mission is clear: to ensure a rewarding experience for players regardless of their skill level. We embrace inclusivity and social equity regardless of background in this endeavor. When defining our scope, our group wanted to welcome newcomers by guiding new players through their initial steps, making their journey engaging and enjoyable. Additionally, we look to engage veterans, providing enriching social opportunities for seasoned players and keeping the community vibrant. Here are some testimonials from our user interviews and survey, along with the usernames of the users that said them. As you can see, some users were harassed due to their newness, their lack of skill, and cosmetics. This leads to bitter feelings in the new player base. New players will always lack knowledge compared to veterans, but we hope that by giving new players opportunities to use skins socially, their teammates and opponents will not be primed to target them.
Right, now that we've seen how players have reacted to the toxicity of League of Legends, we'll be presenting our prototype solution. And as a disclaimer, we'll only be showing the most important aspects of our prototype, which will not include certain parts of the queuing screen and gameplay. If you see our full prototype, one of our team members will drop the link in chat either now or later in the presentation. Right, to begin, we have the starting queuing screen. On the left, we see a new player Butters queuing screen where it asks him if he wants to activate champion shares. While on the veteran player Krug screen, it asks the same question but offers an incentive for his participation, where this incentive is gaining plus 100 blue essence, which is the League of Legends currency, for helping out new players. Now that they've both confirmed that they want to activate champion shares, Craig sees that he'll gain plus 100 blue essence after the match ends, whether they lose or win. And now, when selecting the champion they'll play as, Butter sees red dots with varying numbers on different champions. Each red dot represents the total number of skins that belong to Butter's teammates. For example, the champion Teemo has 7 total skins, where 3 belong to Gromp, 2 belong to Merc, and 2 belong to Krug. By including a total number of skins on this page, it encourages Butters to play as a champion that has one of those skins. And on Krug's side, he doesn't see anything due to being on the giving side of champion shares rather than the receiving side. So after selecting Teemo as his champion, Butters can see that the Cottontail skin belongs to Krug, while the others belong to Gromp and Merc. Butters then confirms that he wants to use the skin and wants to show his thanks by sending an emoji to Krug. Butters chooses to send the cheer emoji to him, and Krug receives Butters' thanks and is notified that he'll gain plus 420 blue essence after the match is over. So after some gameplay and the match ends, Butters and Krug receive a confirmation pop-up. On Butters' side, it tells him that he has one more chance to use the Teemo skin through champion shares before he can no longer use them. But as an incentive to help him continue playing Teemo with the skin, the game offers him a limited time 30% discount. Butters then feels encouraged to buy the skin as well as send a friend request to Krug as a kind gesture. And on Krug's side, it confirms that he had gained a total of 520 blue essence and 50 honors experience for using champion shares. He also has an opportunity to send a friend request to Butters. And now that we've seen the prototype tour, we will watch a demonstration video of this happening in quote-unquote real time.
This is Butters. He just started playing League of Legends, however he's had some worries about whether or not he'll fit in or have fun in the community. He's heard that the community is very toxic, still he is willing to try. One day he logs on to League of Legends and sees that Riot Games has implemented a new feature called Champion Shares. Butters reads that it's a new feature where veteran players with many skins are able to share their skins with new players such as Butters for the duration of the match. Butters, curious to try, opts in. While picking his favorite champion, Teemo, he was able to choose a skin from a teammate called Krug, and thus Butters sent his thanks over to Krug. Butters found the experience to be fulfilling and made him realize that the community isn't toxic like other people have said. By the end of the match, Butters got a discount for the skin he used and was very pleased with the whole experience. Over on Krug's side, they saw that they were rewarded with the in-game currency and honor experience points for his good behavior. Krug sent over a friend request to Butters. Butters accepted and felt like he was part of the community.
Right, now we can move on to why our solution works. So our solution allows veteran players and novice players to engage with each other in a meaningful way. So to summarize the experience of novice players, they will be able to play with the skin as well as feel part of the community. They'll also experience skin discounts after a certain amount of time while playing with the champion skin. And for veteran players, they will feel fulfilled by kind actions and connect with new players. They will also gain in-game currency and honor experience points that will help them earn other rewards and chromas for their skins. Our solution allows for a situation where every party benefits through this interaction, and Riot Games gains a new player while also increasing the social equity of their player base. And not only this, but Riot Games will be making a profit by selling more skins through the awarded limited time discounts.
Despite our optimism, these are some pain points that we've considered that would come with the solution we're proposing. While skin sharing is a promising concept, the shared skins pool is heavily randomized depending on the players that are grouped together. If the skins shared are underwhelming for a new player, this could lead to worse outcomes in these cases. Additionally, players might receive shared skins that they do not find appealing or desirable, reducing the excitement of the skin sharing experience. Some players may choose not to engage with the new skin sharing system, potentially limiting its overall effectiveness and community impact. Ensuring a fair system for shared skins without opening new avenues for abuse is a key challenge that needs to be carefully addressed in the implementation of the system. Failure here could lead to system exploitation. As we attempt to increase social equity within the Riot Games community, understanding and mitigating these pain points is crucial to creating a vibrant and engaging skin sharing ecosystem.
So now for the conclusion. Champion Shares addresses the toxicity problem through cosmetic skins and fosters community interactions. From the solution, new players gain enhanced morale and a more welcoming environment. It cultivates friendships, rewarding both novice and veteran players. Thus, it has the potential to reshape gaming communities, uniting players in Riot Games like never before. Everyone gets to have a fun time. Thank you for listening to the presentation, and we'll be accepting any questions.
Great, thank you. Well done, team. I'm going to go ahead and take control back so that I have it. And I'm going to look at the Q&A and see if we have any questions directly related for you. Okay, we still have got, open. All right, I'm going to jump in. I think Laura's question applies to you. I'm not a gamer and I have almost no knowledge of this world. However, I'm wondering how narrow versus broad this problem is for gaming in general, and or if skin sharing solution has applicability in other analogous digital experiences. It's a great question. One of the things before I let you as a team take it away, I do want to say when this team first narrowed to this subject, I was sort of like, was that retail? And then I realized there's a massive amount of e-commerce and retail and money going on within games. And as they talked me through the problems, I was like, wow, this is a big problem. So team, I'll let you take it over though to answer the question too.
Yeah, so for this, we had like just small pop-ups that would show up during the queuing screen. And we have there's like a lot of games out there that uses skins and customizable cosmetics for a lot of players. Especially nowadays, there's a lot of games that allow players to customize their skins. So we can definitely alter our solution to fit other games. For example, our first starting prototype was with Riot Games' other game called Valorant, and we were able to easily shift that to turn into a League of Legends prototype. So I believe this can definitely be used in other games. And there's also the other part about being part of other digital experiences. I know we talked to Raylan about this, about like the metaverse and how this can also be applied to there, and how the metaverse is something new and upcoming, and it might be not as regulated as much as other digital spaces. So we were thinking about using our research to see how we could lower toxicity in the metaverse by using cosmetic designs and being able to have that sharing experience between other people in that space. Hopefully that answers your question.
Thanks, Janelle. Thank you. All right, we'll go ahead. We're going to go ahead and open this to Q&A for all teams. So if there's a Q&A question you had for a previous team that didn't get answered, go ahead and put this in there. Teams, if you want to share your prototype links or videos in the Q&A at this time while we're talking, go ahead and do that too. So I'm going to go to Tammy's question to the last team. This sounds like a great solution to a specific problem to the game. Can you extrapolate learnings to other industries? I guess she's asking the same question. I think one of the things that I'll just sort of point out too, I mean, with 10 minutes, it's so difficult for the students to summarize everything they did all summer. I mean, 10 weeks was a lot of work. On average, they worked about 8 to 10 to 12 hours a week, each of them on this project. It was a lot of deliverables and thought that they went through. I think the key problem that they identified is in a lot of these games, and I think the concern is in the metaverse, in virtual reality, a lot of your appearance gets based off of how often you play or if you have money to buy things, which often play means you have time, which means you don't have to work. So a lot of this centered around people that, you know, from a social equity point of view, if I have to work 2 jobs or a long job, I don't have a lot of money, I can't participate in these virtual environments in the same way as other people. So I think the team felt with gaming that this just amplified inequities even more, and that could be applied to the metaverse. Can it be applied to things like, I don't know, buying retail clothing? I don't know, but I think this trend of rewarding for activity or money could happen in other industries. Is definitely, I think that's the big point that they're saying. Think about how this will impact. If you find yourself in this sort of a value-based system, think about the impact that system has. Team, do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, I think that was very well summarized. So I'm not sure I really can add anything more than you already said. So
okay, I showed my excitement why I love tackling this problem with you all this summer. So for Team 3, who's providing the monetary incentive for champions to share their skins? The game developer, the platform? So basically, who is paying for the extra currency that is going to the person who shares the skins?
Yeah, so this is kind of a system that's very well used within gaming as a whole, but almost all games will have 2 separate currency systems. So they'll have a free currency that's obtained by playing for a certain amount of time or completing certain challenges, and you can get that by playing the game. And then there's also a paid currency that you can only really get by paying money or through other systems. And so in this case, the blue essence that we referred to was a League of Legends specific free currency. As a result, the sorts of things that you can buy using blue essence are somewhat limited, but it is an incentive because it helps people buy new champions and buy extra kind of options within the game. So people have reasons to want to get more blue essence. However, in terms of actual like monetary loss from giving out as much blue essence as they want, there really isn't any. So theoretically, we could do some testing on how much of a Blue Essence reward would be fair for skin sharing and the system. We kind of just threw a number out there that we as players thought made a lot of sense.
Great, thank you, Raphael. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. We have a couple minutes, so I'm going to go back to each of the other two teams. And I know I can see that they answered extensively in the Q&A, which is great, but I also kind of want to give just a chance to maybe address those questions or summarize that answer in verbally on the webinar instead of just in the Q&A. I'm going to kind of go just reverse, and I'm going to go back to team 2, where you really talked about the close and the data privacy. And I just kind of want to comment, like, one thing that I loved about this program these are all undergraduate students, and their perspective on a lot of the typical workings of retail and service industries. They really question everything. And like some of the way that it works that I may not question, they actually question. And I really enjoyed that part of working with them. And for team 2 with the clothing and thinking through, like, how could they own, instead of giving all their data away, how can they own it? And I know to retailers, that's a scary question, because as much data you have about a customer, the more money you can make. But there's sort of a, inequality there, and younger generations, they kind of want their data to be private. So that's why they talk through sort of this blockchain and owning your closet. Team 2, do you want to just sort of summarize a little bit more, like some of the questions that you got in the Q&A?
Yeah, sure. I think we got a question about how, what is the intersection with the in-person retail? So one of the things we focused in this project was how like people shop differently when they're shopping in store and versus shopping online, and we are trying to create something that will link these two different ways of shopping. So we from the interviews and the observational research, we found out that like people have concerns for like different kinds of shopping. Like they have concerns for wrong sizes, or limited choices when they're shopping in store, and they like how they can evaluate the products better when they're shopping in store. So we're trying to find a way that can link these two kind of different ways of shopping and help people to use the to know the pros and cons of different ways and then use the better one. And the other question is about our target audience. So Heesun, do you want to just talk a little bit about it?
Yeah, sure. So the customers groups we interviewed were all our like target audience of like young teen adults that are interested or like use online shopping frequently. And so as such, our like customer segmentation, as I mentioned in the response, was this segmented based on like different shopping behaviors, like shopping frequency. How if people shop more frequently, they're likely to make more frequent purchases, and like shopping strategies, browsing tendencies, and understanding of target items. And I think this was like the most interesting part of how understanding how some people shop selectively with a specific target item in mind, while others may not have like any idea of what they want. So I think this is also a major value that our prototype could bring, since we are able to suggest target items based on like various information like colors, like color palette, or there are like existing clothing items.
Great, thank you. All right, and team 1, we're going to go back to you for just a brief touch base. One of the things that I think that kind of as a perspective of your team, your generation that came out was, and it kind of was woven through your idea, but I'd love you to talk a little bit more about this, was the consumer need of really understanding nutritional value, not just in labeled products, but unlabeled products like produce, and that how many of the people that you interviewed for your research really were watching something about their diet, but it was so many different things. And I think for me, that was very eye-opening that so many people have so many different ways that they shop. And that's one way that kind of led you to that idea, was because it was supposed to help them understand what they were buying. Do you want to talk about that a little bit, Team One?
Yeah, I will say, like, one thing I found very interesting, that we talked about a lot in our survey that we had at the beginning of our prototype, was that not only do people have a specific way they eat, whether they're, vegetarian, gluten-free, but they also have goals, whether they want to, like, lose weight and do a lower calorie diet, or there's a lot of different diets out there. They're certain things that they don't want to eat, their allergies, etc. So we thought it was very interesting that, like, everyone has a different way that they go about grocery shopping and eat food, and we wanted to really contribute that into something that can provide them information with that knowledge in mind, because a lot of people go into those goals not knowing what to do or how to do it well, and that this AI can really turn that around and change that going forward so that your goals can actually become a reality.
Yeah,
Right.
and to also touch on, like, your earlier point, Raylan, one of the things that we noticed was how, like, when you're shopping for or through the packaged goods aisles, you can just pick up an item and you can, like, look at the nutrition label and this is, high in protein or high in sugar or this type of fat. And you can kind of understand those, like, nutritional information. But when you're going through the produce aisle, and this is typically what the trend is going towards, because more people want to shop healthier and they want to improve their diet and incorporate fresh foods, you don't really know, or you can't really understand the type of fresh foods that you're eating and what those specific items are good for, or how you could incorporate them in certain meals, or what you could use them for. So that was definitely, like, a deficit of information that we saw, and we wanted to fill that need, especially because, like I said, the current market trends are now that people are shopping for healthier foods and fresher foods.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, it's time. Our hour is coming to a close. So I want to go ahead and wrap this up. And I want to thank the audience so much for attending and asking these great questions of the students. As I said, this was an undergraduate program. And I think that the work and the quality of the work that the students put in as a first program for me blew me away. And I want to thank the students for doing that and being such great partners with me over the summer. Let me go ahead and talk a little bit briefly about what's coming up for ENAiBLE in the fall, because I'm pretty excited about our ongoing programming. If you're interested in learning more about ENAiBLE and engaging with ENAiBLE, you can contact Chris Kissel, whose email address is on the screen here, or you could go to our website at cmu.edu/ENAiBLE, ENAiBLE, and you can learn how to get more engaged in our community, whether that's just attending our webinars during the academic year, having conversations with us or our research partners, or participating in next summer's program, because you can see there's a lot of different ways you can participate in the summer program as well. I do want to thank the people behind the scenes, which is really important and critical. And the first one being Kenny Blair, helping with the technology. I want to thank Laura Alford, who does a lot of our marketing, get the word out, and Chris Kissel, who manages and organizes all of us faculty behind the scenes. So I want to give a big shout out to all of you. Anybody else, if you want to learn more about these projects or the students or get in touch, you can always contact me as well, Raylan Musaraka. I'm easy to find on Google given the uniqueness of the name. So with that, I want to go ahead and close things up. Thank you again for attending. And I do want to ask Kenny if we can could we go back to practice mode, and so I can say goodbye to the students? That would be awesome.
That's not possible.
Oh, okay. All right. That's fine. I'll take it. Then the participants can listen too. So that's great. Okay, I just wanted to say to the students, thank you so much for being part of the program over the summer. I really enjoyed working with you. Always do not hesitate to reach out. Hopefully I'll see you in some of my other classes, or you can always set up an office hour to talk with me. I appreciate it. And again, thank you for everybody coming and listening to the students and asking great questions of the students. And you can always contact us to follow up if you're interested in this work. Thank you, everyone. Goodbye.